Alright, baby, we're gonna start off this video the right way with the Blood Moon, haste, insta-get, out the pocket. You know what it is. Okay, you know, one more, Daydream Joker, you get it? He's a Daydream joke. Okay. Well, this is why this is a Destina video. Oh, Maya. Now, back in the day, when I first started doing guides for this game, I had Destina. She was the character that I actually chose. When you guys did the first multi, if you guys remember when you first played the game, what has it been, a year, 2 years, whatever? You had to choose, whatever one that you wanted to go with. Though I really like ZEUZ, I was told that, oh, you gotta get Destina. She's gonna change PvP. You gotta get her. You gotta get her. And all she's done ever since then was pretty much sit on the bench. It's just that the problem is that back then it was really hard to kind of like not have a DPS unit. When your first character in the game should be pretty much a DPS unit, having her as a healer just made everything slow and monotonous and so boring. And then eventually, once I started getting DPS, I just started to fly through the game because that's when you get your farmer and everything like that. And this was before specialty changes were really even a thing. So, I mean, there was one, it was Lorena, but that took like 8 years to do. Much easier to do now. Now, for a character that's pretty much stood the test of time, she hasn't really been changed in any way, shape, or form. The only thing that she has gotten is her own exclusive equipment. She now has her own exclusive equipment, but that is where, it really makes her dramatically different. It makes her a crazy, crazy, crazy character. And I thought it would be good to redo her also because of the outfit, but more importantly, because there's so many different artifacts that are out now. Now, though I have the character, I do like to go to the journal because the journal shows you the original stats and things of that nature. So this is the out-the-box Destina that you can get. As you can see, one of the other issues with her is that her speed is trash. 89 speed, really bad. A lot of health though, as we saw in the last video when we were talking about haste, that she has a lot of health, which is pretty good, and pretty high defense. Crit, who cares? Dual attack chance, all the same. No effectiveness, which was another hard thing, is that she has nothing to do with effectiveness. So when you have gear that even specs into it even slightly, it's like it's useless on her.
Don't be afraid.
There it is. Classic.
Radiant light.
Now, if you guys don't know, this is she's like a doll, or I kind of forget what it was. So pretty much she is like Ruel of Light. This is like Ruel of Light, or made in the image of Ruel of Light, but it's actually a Destina, the light god in the body. Okay, whatever. I don't feel like rereading it. Anyway, it's a god inside of a little person's body. So that's why the voice is all deep. Beast of the West. Like, anyway, key to the oath. The S1 attacks the enemy with a staff and heals the ally with the lowest health. Healing increases proportional to the target's max HP. And once again, I'll tell you why that sucks. Is just because their HP might not heal as high as if it was scaling off her HP, which actually has a really high base. So that would have been nice. Now you can soul burn it for 20 to make it actually AoE heal everyone, and that heal is fat. It's a really fat heal. You can see here you can Molagora it up to increase the damage, and no one cares about that. But to increase the healing, however, is really, really good. That 30% increased healing is phenomenal. S2 is regen. Blesses an ally recovering their health and increases their combat readiness by 30%. The healing of this one is based off her HP, which is awesome and
Foolish.
really cool.
In the light's name.
In the light's name. Really good voice acting here also, just had to point that out. And last but not least, Destina's Grace grants all allies the blessing of the Spirit Lord. She's the Light Spirit Lord, that's what she is. Dispelling all debuffs and recovering HP. It goes debuff, dispel first, then heal, so you're safe to use it if you have unhealable. When an ally is debuff, their combat readiness will be increased by 15% per each debuff, and it maxes out at 4, and it's also scaling off her HP. Awesome. So the only crappy heal technically would be this one on the S1, but it still heals pretty good. So here it is.
Luminescence. Glory.
Glory.
Radiant light.
Love it. So she's pretty basic, and that was kind of like she's just a heal bot, you know. Same thing with Ray is. So this is like our leeway into Ray, because Ray is also a Earth style healer. So you kind of get like an essence of like, where is this character used for? Now, different from what Ray is, you know, we're gonna break it down to what makes her a little bit more unique, especially when you go to the exclusive equipment, which I'm actually gonna go to first before going through gear. See, here we go, the lovely thing, and it's going to be Royal's Sad Promise. And Royal, like I said, they're intertwined. Now you have Key to the Oath, and dispels 1 debuff from the ally with the lowest health when using Key to the Oath. Now that makes you want to go counter. Reason being is that now you have a heal on your S1, a heal on the counter. You also have a cleanse, a solo single debuff cleanse on counter. This in practice is strong as hell. It's so good. It's similar to like Elena, but see, Elena doesn't have the heal. So it's like you would have to put Celestine on for that to happen, but Destina already has the heal on the S1, so she can actually still run Celestine if she really wanted to, and then, you know, still heal on top of that. Also gives you effect resistance for free, which is nice, awesome. The S2, you can have the regen, increases the target's combat readiness by 20 when using regen. Now what would that do? Now you already guys, you know, it's 30, so it increased by 20, bringing up to 50% combat readiness push, which would be good. One of the crappier ones in my opinion is just, it's like, if it wasn't maxed, if it was similar like to Lots or A-Lots, then it gave him like a full turn, I think that would be highly contested, but not really. Destina's Grace decreases the skill cooldown of Destina's Grace by 1 turn. Now, if we go back to the character, Destina's Grace is 6 turns, so that would effectively bring it down to 5. If you Molagore it, 4, which is really good. Really good. And as you can see, you know, just a little preview, back in the day, one of her most popular things was the prosthetic candlestick. It is prosthetic, right? Prophetic. Whatever. I think we always call it prosthetic, but it's not prosthetic. So it can go down pretty much to 4 turns healing, which is awesome, and then possibly with the candlestick even lesser than that. I think the best one is still the Key to the Oath one, because it allows you to basically have a heal and a slight debuff cleanse, almost like a wondrous potion vial every time you get a turn, which is nuts. So I still think at least one health set should be HP. Now if you want to go speed, it would be a tough hill to climb. You probably don't want to just run speed. Let the tankiness embrace you, and you're not going to want to do damage. So she's kind of still hard to get on and get around. A lot of gear, it's going to be hard to get that perfect thing that you want, because you want effect resistance, you don't need effectiveness at all, you don't want crit, you don't want crit damage, you don't want attack, you don't want any of that stuff. So you just want health, effect resistance, and defense. Good luck getting that and making sure that none of the gills, I guarantee you have to get things that I put, like, oh, speed, do you really want speed? I mean, if speed's there, it's not that bad, because it's still speed, right? It's, you know, it will help her gain some turns a little bit, but her speed is really low. Just keep that in mind. So yes, those are the 3 things that you want to work on. Doesn't really matter, you don't have to go the HP set, but just that's what you have to focus on. But as we said, that's your goal as far as substats. The counter set is pretty good. You do have a heal every time you counter, and like I said, let's go over to the artifacts, kind of bring it on home, if you will. Brand new Shimada staff. I mean, effect resistance for the whole crew, and she has a cleanse if anything does get through at that point. Increases all the healing that she's going to be doing and any of the healing that everyone else does. The new change of the Shimada staff pretty much brings it up into, in my opinion, like the top 3 of Soul Weaver artifacts. It's really good. Celestine is an additional screw you kind of thing if you really want to run counter. Only if you're running counter, because of the fact that she's so slow, you're not going to get that many S1s off. So when you have it on counter, you'll actually be able to get a decent amount of these off, especially in AoE comps. Like, she's not going to be focused that hard. Most people don't really care that she's even there. So to make her as annoying as possible, honestly. Idol's Cheer is not that effective because she is not a high priority target as far as a healer. The only time people will try to snipe her out would be if they know that she's going to cleanse all her debuffs. She can, yes, if there is a fire target in there, but there are not that many fire targets that are really going to be out there, except what, like Lilius currently in the meta. I can't even think of any more on top of my head. The Ken that no one uses, you know, so there's no way that really trigger this outside of it being obviously like an AoE comp, and then you Idol's Cheer every time in AoE. So that's still pretty good. I kind of like Unfading Memory. Remember, she does have 2 non-attack skills, and then it just makes all the AoE, makes everything just so super annoying. I think it'd be pretty funny to see. Whether you're running that other exclusive equipment or not, Wondrous Potion Vial is really good because when she does get a turn, she cleanses. Even if it's just herself, it's pretty good. And on top of that, it's really good just because you slowly cleanse other things. and keeping debuffs off your allies is still pretty strong. I really like Magaharu's Tome just because it gives you combat readiness. It doesn't increase your speed or anything like that. So when you S3, you give yourself 30, and if you S2, and let's say if you wanted to go with that regen exclusive equipment, right, you would then give yourself pretty much a 80% combat readiness push, which is awesome. Or in this essence, you give someone else 50 and then give yourself 30, which is awesome. It's pretty good if you want to run that, but it's a way that, in my opinion, to make a slower base character also that has 2 non-attack skills to make them kind of get more turns. And Destina, when she does get a turn, it is annoying. It is very annoying. So I do like Magaharu's Tome. This is obviously really, really good. I would think probably one of her top 3 artifacts, just because it gives her combat readiness when someone else has a debuff. And then she has a cleanse, so if they get debuffed, she can then come on her turn, get a turn a little bit quicker, because every ally, like especially if your allies are quicker than her, oh, they probably are, and then boom, she gets a turn, S3 cleanses everybody, and they get combat readiness based on all the debuffs that they just cleansed, so it's awesome. And for the girl, we'll also end the video off with the summon. ML Destina, come to us. I just realized I had enough to do Moonlight Summon. So we'll end it off on this lovely note. Why not? Let's see if Destina can open the gates. Since she started the gates with us, maybe she can end it off too. Destina opening the gates. Nat 4 gate. Could still be crazy Nat 4. Blingo, already have Blingo. Anywho, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If there was anything helpful or if there's any cool things that I happened to miss out on, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. As always, remember that every day at the casino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.